Welcome to Space Nexus. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon for more breaking updates. The world's balance of power is shifting rapidly, challenging the Western-dominated order that has prevailed since the Cold War. The expansion of the BRICS bloc marks a historic turning point, as nations representing much of humanity seek a new path that reflects their own interests. This is not just a headline, it's a seismic shift with real consequences. The expanded BRICS signals the end of a unipolar world, as these countries build alternative platforms for economic and political cooperation. With major energy producers and regional powers joining, BRICS has evolved from an economic concept into a formidable geopolitical force. The implications are vast, from the price of oil to the future of global finance, challenging the dominance of the US dollar and institutions like the IMF. New chapters in global affairs are now being written in Beijing, Moscow, New Delhi, and beyond. The journey from a catchy acronym to a 10-member alliance is a defining story of our time. The question now, what does this new world order mean for all of us? To understand BRICS today, we must revisit its unlikely origins. The term BRIC was coined in 2001 by a Goldman Sachs economist, grouping Brazil, Russia, India, and China as emerging markets with huge potential. Initially just an investment idea, the group became a political force after the 2008 financial crisis exposed flaws in the Western-led system. The four nations began coordinating their positions, holding their first summit in 2009. Their early focus, reforming global financial institutions and reducing dependence on the US dollar. In 2010, South Africa joined, making it BRICS. The creation of the new development bank and contingent reserve arrangement in 2014 offered alternatives to the World Bank and IMF, funding infrastructure without Western conditions. Over time, BRICS expanded its agenda to include political and security issues, united by a desire for strategic autonomy and a multipolar world. Despite internal divisions, the bloc's evolution set the stage for its dramatic expansion in 2024 and 2025. BRICS was ready to become a much larger and more influential alliance. In 2024 and 2025, BRICS transformed into a global heavyweight. The Kazan summit welcomed Egypt, Ethiopia, Iran, and the UAE, each adding strategic value, energy, geography, and population. Soon after, Indonesia joined, anchoring BRICS in Southeast Asia. The expanded bloc now represents about 45% of the world's population and over a third of global GDP, surpassing the G7. With major oil producers on board, BRICS Plus controls over 30% of global oil output, boosting its leverage. The expansion was a response to growing interest from the global south, signaling that BRICS' vision resonates widely. As President Putin declared, this expansion reflects the emergence of a new, more just world order. The bloc is now larger, more diverse, and more determined than ever. BRICS Plus is no longer just an economic club, it's a force reshaping global power. The world is watching as the dust settles on this new alliance. Not every nation's path to BRICS is smooth. Turkey's bid hit a major roadblock. Despite its strategic ambitions, Turkey's application was blocked, mainly by India, due to Ankara's support for Pakistan on Kashmir and alleged military aid. Tensions escalated after renewed India-Pakistan conflict, with India imposing economic measures against Turkish interests. India's message was clear: support for its adversaries has consequences. Turkey was offered only partner country status, which Ankara found unsatisfactory. President Erdogan skipped the 2024 summit, signaling disappointment. Turkey's stalled bid highlights the internal politics and rivalries that shape BRICS' future. Even as the bloc expands, founding members like India remain powerful gatekeepers. The episode is a reminder: BRICS' unity is tested by national interests. BRICS Plus is shaking the foundations of global power, creating a credible counterweight to the G7. This isn't a military alliance, but a political and economic force demanding a more representative world order. In the UN, BRICS Plus can now coordinate to push for Security Council reform, amplifying calls for permanent seats for India, Brazil, and South Africa. The bloc's agenda challenges the post-2020 system that has favored the West for decades. The inclusion of rivals like Iran and the UAE creates both opportunities for dialogue and risks of importing regional tensions. For sanctioned countries, BRICS Plus offers economic sanctuary, weakening the impact of Western sanctions. Many global South nations now pursue multi-alignment, balancing ties with both the West and BRICS Plus. This complicates U.S. foreign policy, which has relied on clear alliances. The world map is being redrawn, not with hard lines, but with overlapping spheres of influence. The age of binary choices is fading. Multipolarity is here. At the heart of BRICS Plus is the ambition to reshape the global economy, starting with de-dollarization. The bloc is promoting trade in local currencies, reducing reliance on the US dollar and its associated leverage. Russia and China now trade mostly in rubles and yuan. India and the UAE settle in rupees and dirhams. With more energy exporters, pricing oil in non-dollar currencies is becoming plausible. The new development bank provides loans in local currencies, offering alternatives to the IMF and World Bank. BRICS Plus financing focuses on infrastructure, with fewer political strings attached, an attractive model for developing nations. However, integrating such diverse economies is a monumental challenge, and a common BRICS currency remains distant. China faces economic headwinds, while Russia and Iran are commodity-dependent and under sanctions. Still, the direction is clear: greater economic sovereignty and a new model for development. The global financial landscape is being rewritten, slowly but surely. Experts are divided on BRICS Plus's long-term potential. Some see its rise as a necessary correction to an imbalanced global system, offering the Global South a stronger voice. Others warn that internal divisions, especially between India and China, could limit its effectiveness. India wants a multipolar bloc, not a China-dominated one, making consensus on sensitive issues difficult. Economists are skeptical about rapid de-dollarization, noting the dollar's unmatched liquidity and trust. The prospect of a second Trump presidency and possible US tariffs adds uncertainty, testing members' resolve. Despite these challenges, most agree BRICS Plus can't be ignored. Its strength lies in offering an alternative, not in perfect unity. As one diplomat put it, the world is no longer just the West's game. Others have joined with their own rules. The Western-led order now faces real competition on the global stage. The rise of BRICS Plus is felt in everyday life, not just in politics. For millions, it's a source of pride and hope for new opportunities, jobs, education, and trade. Governments tout membership as a gateway to growth, while students see new exchange programs and collaborations. Media, within BRICS Plus nations, now offer alternative narratives, diversifying the global information landscape but also risking greater fragmentation. Critics warn that the bloc's non-interference principle can shield authoritarian regimes from scrutiny. Large-scale projects may bring economic gains but also social and environmental costs. BRICS Plus fosters solidarity among the marginalized, but can also fuel nationalism and limit human rights progress. For ordinary people, this new order shapes prospects, identity, and the realities they face every day. We are living through a pivotal moment. The expansion of BRICS Plus is a clear marker of global powers rebalancing. The bloc's evolution from acronym to alliance now shapes the lives of billions. Its agenda, multipolarity, reform, and economic sovereignty, is no longer theoretical, but real and ongoing. Challenges remain: internal rivalries, economic headwinds, and the test of unity. Yet, the magnetic pull of BRICS Plus is undeniable, driven by the Global South's quest for a louder voice and greater sovereignty. The West faces a choice: resist and risk confrontation, or adapt and engage with this new reality. The answers to whether BRICS Plus can create a viable alternative and manage its differences will define the century. The tectonic plates of power have shifted, the new landscape is still emerging. We are all navigating these uncharted waters, seeking our place in a world being remade before our eyes.